beef brisket, smoked low and slow on a pellet smoker. Honestly, it is pretty much the pinnacle of barbecue. You look so cool when you pull up to a get together, a potluck with the beef brisket. People freak out. And in this video, I'm going to explain everything I did here, from trimming down the brisket to the seasoning to using a meat thermometer to smoking it on the pellet smoker, how I sliced into it, every single thing. You know what to do, though. It's your boy Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out my channel for delicious recipes, but let's start from the top. I'll show you what to do, guys. So you just bought a beef brisket. You're just bringing it home for the first time. You're removing that cryovac packaging, and here you are. Now, I am speeding this up by like 3.5 times. I am going to release a much slower video showing exactly how I did trim this brisket. So if that's why you're here, let me make sure this part's clear. You want to get rid of all the thick fat caps, that like seriously thick fat cap. And this entire fat cap that's on top, we're going to trim this down to about 1/4 inch or so. It is fine if you expose some spots, but we are definitely trying not to do that. Super important that you're looking to get this nice and aerodynamic. When I explain trimming a brisket to people, I always reference Formula One cars and just being very aerodynamic. Smooth edges, round, like nice shape. That's really important because when you're smoking meat low and slow, you're using really hot, volatile air that can 100% end up giving you crispy edges, burnt little bits if you have stuff sticking off. So by trimming everything down to just a uniform size and removing these larger fat caps, then that's going to allow us to get a nice bark, smooth around everywhere, no burnt edges, and everything looking immaculate and spectacular. Guys, it's simple. It just requires patience. And if you want a quick, simple little tip from me, put it in the freezer just before you trim. When your brisket's colder, it's easier to slice through. You can see here, I didn't do that. And the meat is definitely moving around as I push and pull on it. And as you work with colder meat, you'll quickly realize how much easier it is to trim up the brisket. I honestly should have done this here, considering I was filming a video, but that's not the point. We got this nice and trimmed, rounded edges all throughout, down to about 1/4 inch fat cap. So I'm going to use 2 dry rubs today. Briskets can really take seasoning, like be liberal. As you can see here, I put 2 serious coats of Barbeque spice and Café Ember. Both of these are from Royal Nova Company. They're local to where I live. I live in Atlantic Canada, and they're from New Brunswick, and they make fantastic seasonings. I also decided to go in with some cracked black pepper as well. Cracked black pepper is just one of those ingredients that goes beautiful for building bark. So adding it in with these dry rubs was a no-brainer for me. Now, you would have noticed as well, I am petting the seasoning in. Super important. I know it's called a dry rub. Make sure you're petting it in. Do not rub it in. Now, I let it rest in the refrigerator with this seasoning on for probably about, 30 minutes, an hour or so, before putting it out onto my Traeger Woodridge Pro. And you can see I stuck a meter thermometer right up in there. That little probe is going to help me measure the temperature internally as well as on my grill throughout this cook. I also want to preface this by saying I'm not sponsored. This is not me trying to sell you a meat thermometer. I just think they're very important for low and slow barbecue. It's not about time. It's about temperature. And using this thermometer, it's just a simple app on my phone, but it gives me the perfect, precise window for when I should do each step, right? So I find spritzing before the first, 3 hours or 100 degrees is the wrong idea. And I can monitor that on my app. Then once it hits 155 to 175 degrees internal, depending on how the bark is looking, You can decide whether you want to foil boat it or wrap it. And again, the app will send you like notifications. So it makes it so simple and easy. Honestly, foolproof. Like, that's one of the nice things about the low and slow barbecue in 2026 is we have all these extra little tools and stuff we can use. And as you can see, I'm clearly monitoring it. It's got delicious bark forming. It's looking juicy. You can see all that sweat from that intermuscular fat. Gorgeous. So after about 7 or 8 hours, I hit 165, 170 internal. So I knew I should throw it into a foil boat. Here I am, just kind of drizzling a bunch of beef tallow that I rendered down. That's actually from all the trimmings I had as well. Damn, doesn't that look delicious? So I'm throwing this back on the smoker, and I actually bumped it up. So I've been running this at 225 at this point. But at this point, I decided, since I hit that internal temp, I'd kick it up to 275 degrees. And that's going to help finish off that bark, set it in beautifully, render down that intermuscular fat, and just get things going gorgeously. And man, oh man, look at that. Spectacular. This was exciting. When I saw this beef brisket, I was all revved up. Now, what we're looking for here is probe tender. That means that the probe will slide in and out without any issue. If you are going to touch that meat thermometer, just take it from me. Make sure you have heat-resistant gloves. It hurts if you don't. I have made that mistake. But yeah, make sure we're looking for probe tender. That usually happens between 198 and about 204, 205. But it really matters. And at that point, what I normally do is pull it off to rest. But we'll talk about that in a second. I'm just going to make sure you understand. Pushing past that internal temp is really important here. So we've wrapped it in that tin foil. We've got all those juices flowing in there. Honestly, we probably could have wrapped this a little bit better and a little bit tighter. But guys, it's all about raising that internal temp, okay? So we're at about 165, 170, and we want to get it up to 198, 203, that area. So by wrapping it up with this tin foil, it lets all the juices from that rendered fat just kind of pool and help kind of, reabsorb, just kind of distribute, and just kind of, oh, holy cow. Talk about juicy beef. That's what it's all about with the low and slow barbecue, am I right? Oh man, this looks delicious. So at this point, we're about 195, 198. It's ready to get pulled off. We found that probe tender. It's exactly what we were looking for. So we take a little bit of butcher paper and spread down some tallow on it. Then I just wipe it all around. At this point, it's important to just get a good, nice wrap on this. And then we're going to wrap it again. Then we're going to refoil boat. Now, this is how I normally rest my briskets, okay? I put them all wrapped up, and I'll show in a second, I open it back up and I pour the rest of my beef tallow and rendered down fat all over that paper. And I just let it all sit in this kind of, tin foil tray. Put it into my Coleman cooler, and then I just let it rest for an hour or two. Now, in this case, I actually let it rest, I think, a little bit too long. This definitely should have been juicier in my opinion, but it's really not the end of the world. Here's a quick bend test for it. You can see that prominent smoke ring is looking absolutely fantastic. And then holy cow, man, oh man, just simple little tugs and this just melts apart. All that intermuscular fat is gone. So let's slice in deeper and really see how things are looking. And overall, it's a little drier than I wish, but it's still got some juice in there. Oh man, it's delectable. Look at this burnt end. Look at all that rendered down intermuscular fat. That smoke ring around there is badass. Holy guacamole. This was wicked. Check that burnt end out. It's definitely flavorful, delicious, juicy. Everything about this was spectacular. I don't know why I'm sitting here being like, oh, it wasn't juicy. No, this was fantastic. We ate the entire brisket. Everyone loved it. There's definitely juice flowing out. That intermuscular fat that runs between it is just gorgeous. Melt in your mouth, guys. Holy cow. And that's what it's all about for me. I just love brisket. It's just so tasty. You got to be cautious. It's not the most healthy meat, but Holy cow, delicious and fun to cook. This is looking spectacular though, really. When I take a second glance, it's glistening, it's glazed, it's looking good, nice and thin, definitely dangling, as you can see, but still fully like attached, got that structure to it. It's good, guys. I like this. This was a definite fun cook, and I can't wait to do it again. But seriously, thanks so much for watching. I'm always out here grilling up a storm, just having a blast. Really, check that out. I mean, who wouldn't be having fun with beef brisket smoked low and slow? Guys, you know what to do. Take care, stay safe, make sure you're liked and subscribed, and check back soon because I'm always cooking good food. Thanks again.